Yo, what is up guys? It's Pedro here, and in today's video I will be talking about Commanders wide receiver Dyami Brown. I'll be showing you guys some workout videos from him this offseason, and I'll be talking about expectations for him going into year 2. So if you guys are new, make sure to subscribe for Washington and NFL content. Also make sure to hit that like button and turn on those notifications so you never miss a video. Now let's get right into it. So we'll start off with the workout videos from the off season, and these almost all come from Dyami Brown's YouTube channel, and I feel like a lot of people don't know about it, so make sure you guys go ahead and check that out. Link in the description. There's even some highlights from Sam Howell here and a bunch of highlights from Dyami Brown running routes, doing some endurance stuff, and then also some weightlifting as well. So we'll get into that, and then we'll get into my expectations for him in year 2. Also guys, before the highlights, I'm excited to announce that I've partnered with Real Time Fantasy Sports for this football season. They're a great fantasy football site, but they also got baseball and other stuff as well. So all their information will be in the description, and you guys can see some of the great deals on the screen right now. They've got a great deal where you get a free commission league for your first year. Usually it's around $99, and you guys can see the code on the screen. So make sure you guys go ahead and check them out. Now on to the highlights. Year 2.
Go. 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 Stay flat. Stay flat. Stay flat. Turn that corner. Turn that corner. There you go. Hey, put it on the sideline. Make him get out. Go. Movement, man. There you go. I got you. Got 2 feet right up. Touchdown. Hey, let's go. Okay. Go. I'm a safety. You got a corner out. You a safety? Yep. Ah, that's on me. I didn't know you was breaking that shit flat. Good job. That's on me. Go. 33. There you go. Zone, zone, zone. All right, last one from the slot right here. That little hook y'all got. The pump. A pump? Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
So go.
Okay, so those were kind of some of the off-season workout videos from Dyami Brown. There's so much more on Dyami Brown's YouTube channel. I think he's put out I'm pre-recording this video, but at the time I'm recording, he's had 8 different episodes out, about 15 minutes long. So he's had a ton of different content out there. So make sure you guys go ahead and check that out. I wish even more players did that because it's really interesting to get, kind of behind the scenes look on what their, day in the life is. But now talking about Dyami Brown and expectations for him in his, second year. First though, let's kind of talk about what he did in his first year. So really disappointing rookie year for Dyami Brown. I had somewhat high expectations for him, and he had 12 catches, 165 yards, and we can definitely talk about the quarterback play last year because that definitely affected Dyami Brown for sure. There were a lot of times where he was down, he's open down the field for maybe a 30, 40 plus yard gain, and Heineke doesn't see him, or he, makes a bad throw. But also a little bit of it was on Dyami Brown too. He wasn't really getting open, kind of a one-trick pony, but still, if he had a good quarterback play last year, he could have gotten 400, 500 plus yards for sure. You look at it kind of first couple weeks, had 1 catch, -2, then 3 catches for 34, then nothing in the Bills game, and then in the Falcons game had 1 catch. So kind of really slowed down, especially that week 7 to really week 4, week 15. Didn't do much, kind of switched over to special teams and maybe got a little bit of his groove back, and had a nice game against the Cowboys. 2 catches, 53 yards, but had that, really nice 48-yard catch, and then also had a 25-yard catch in the Eagles game. So at least he had, a couple nice plays. He had, you look at AGG, his rookie year, really didn't have, besides that one end around where it was blocked perfectly, really wasn't much. But here you saw some nice plays from Dyami Brown at the very least, and I'm excited to see what he can do in year 2. And I don't think you should be expecting Dyami Brown to go from 165 yards in 15 games to 890 yards and 8 touchdowns. I think those are unrealistic expectations. Would I love that for him? For sure. But, do I think it's possible? Yeah, I think it's, possible. Do I think it's likely? No. I think if he goes anywhere from 400 to 600, I think that is a really, really good jump from year 1 to year 2, because again, had 165 yards. So if he can go from that to maybe, let's say 460 and 3 touchdowns, that is a significant leap. And then maybe in year 3, you can take that big jump from 460 and 3 touchdowns to maybe 690 or 700 and 5 touchdowns. So I think you got to kind of look at it like baby steps. You can't expect him to take a huge jump this year. If he does, that is fine. But I think expecting him to go over 1,000 or over 750 is setting unrealistic or too high of expectations for second-year wide receiver Dyami Brown. I think, he can get, he's probably going to be the 4th option on this team, 4th to 5th option. But, if any injuries happen, he'll be, move up that spot. But hopefully it doesn't, knock on wood. But yeah, I think you can expect him to get 400 plus yards. Anything under that, in my opinion, is a disappointment. And I think, he can eventually develop into a really good wide receiver 3 in this league, getting consistently 600 to 800 yards, eventually. But at this point, I don't think he's there yet. But, he still can have a really, really solid season for them and be a contributor, be a rotational receiver, be that next man up. If someone does get hurt, anything like that, he can help you out for sure. So I'm excited to see what Dyami Brown can do. I want to hear from you guys. What are your stat predictions for Dyami Brown? I'll give my, I think said 430. I'll go 4 40 and 3 touchdowns. I think, he's not going to have a ton of targets, but, he will make the most out of his targets, and he might have a bit, couple nice, big catches, like maybe like a 40, 50-yard touchdown. And yeah, that would be nice for the second-year player, and then he can take that, third-year jump, because who knows? Curtis Samuel, this will be his second year. 2023 will be his final season, or at least under contract. So maybe if Dyami Brown, continues to develop, maybe you don't have to pay Curtis Samuel. Maybe Dyami Brown can be your number 3 receiver. You got Dyami, Jahan, and Terry as your, wide receiving core. And, who knows? And maybe Curtis plays well and you want to, extend him, and that's all good. But, it's a good problem to have when you're kind of trying to choose between all these receivers versus like, hey, who are we going to have at number 2? Is it going to be Cam Sims? Is it going to be Jeff Badette, Robert Foster, AGG? Like, man, the last few years have been pretty ugly at wide receiver. So I'm excited for this wide receiving core with Jahan, Terry, Curtis, Dyami. Like, they haven't had a number 2 receiver get over their second receiver get over 500 yards since 2017. I would be surprised, unless, Curtis Samuel's out for a while, if they don't have 3 guys with over 500, which would have, 2 other receivers besides the number 1 guy get over 500. And Dyami has a possibility of also getting over 500. So super, super excited for this receiving core, and I think this is one of the better receiving cores in the NFL. Has the potential to be top 10. So that's it for today's video. Let me know if you guys want to see more of these types of videos. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace.